talk about God.
Oh yeah, good. See, to me it all went more wrong with monotheism. I like multiple gods because there you got a choice who you pray to and which one is going to be your benefactor. And but then this thing about monotheism, there's the argument. It was started by the emperor, the Egyptian pharaoh Akhenaten, because he said no, there's only one God, and he had this prayer that he wrote. And after he died, all the priests of the other gods tried to wipe out his memory. And but some people, Freud thought he influenced Moses. So Moses didn't say there is only one God. The commandment says, I am the Lord thy God. Thou shalt have no other gods. But there might be other gods within the first commandment.
Now, if you look at it logically, if there is a God, and I'm saying if.
Mm-hmm. That's good. No, I'm saying if there's probably more than one.
Okay. One might not get along with the other.
Yeah, that's how it was.
Might not get along with the other.
That's how it was with the Greek gods.
The other. You see what I mean?
That's how it was with the Greek gods. They fought and fucked each other all the time.
That's why you got to believe in one God.
No.
There's
no such thing.
Did you see what I mean?
No.
Oh, you know?
You're saying, yeah, that's what the Greeks had. And the Greeks, remember, founded European civilization.
Yeah, but the gods, they wouldn't be jealous of one another? Well,
yeah, they were.
Yeah, okay.
And they were screwing each other, and they were screwing mortals, which made a real problem.
Okay, yeah. That's why you got it.
I was just researching this. There's a guy named Hesiod, a Greek writer named Hesiod, Hesiod. And he has this enumeration of all their friggin' gods. And before the gods came the Titans. So before the gods, who was the first one? Chaos, I think, was the first Titan. And then there was one of them swallowed all his children. And then it was given a rock, and he swallowed it, thinking it was his child. And then it got so complicated. And then finally it got down to Zeus, who took over, and later, and the Romans called Zeus Jupiter. So that and they said, well, with the Jews, with their one God, they believe in Jupiter of the Sabbath, Jupiter Sabazios. So,
isn't it funny how we're talking?
Oh.
You said, let's talk about something nice.
Yeah, well, this is nice.
Yeah. But we're talking about God.
Yeah.
What you just told me didn't mean the God that we're talking about.
Well, but the Hebrew God became the Christian God.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, it's there in the Bible, whichever translation you. Now the Catholic translation, the Douay, is different from the Episcopalian translation, which they read to us in school.
Well, at least with the Christians, they believe that Christ was the Savior of mankind.
Yeah.
They do believe that.
Yeah.
An old Christian faith.
Well, you know about the Council of Nicaea. Okay, here's what happened. The Constantine, am I right? Constantine?
Constantine was the emperor of the Roman Empire.
Yes, and he won a battle under the Christian banner. He said, okay, great, we'll all be Christians. What is it? So they held the Council of Nicaea. How long did it last? 13 years. And there's so much disagreement, because already there were Christians in the Far East, the Nestorians, and there were Christians in Ethiopia. I'll think of it in a minute. And so they call themselves older than the Catholic Church, both of those. And then, but the point was that Constantine tried to get them all to agree, and the Council of Nicaea came up with something or other, and that's called the Nicene Creed, and that became the different bishops agreed, and finally the Bishop of Rome got more powerful, and they call him the Pope. Yeah. But.
Are we ever going to get along?
Sure, we're getting along.
The Christians and the Jews.
Oh,
and the
man.
Arabs and the God knows who.
Cripes. Yeah. It's so bad.
I do honestly believe that it started with some entity, seed, whatever you want to call it. And that is what was the start.
In the beginning was the Word.
Okay.
Right.
I'll keep going.
Well, on the other hand, that's a mistranslation. Because it's in the beginning, from the Greek. The Greek is, in the beginning was logos, which means system. So there was a system at the beginning, and honest, I'm telling you. So I find this extremely interesting because it's been translated as word in most translations of the Bible, but it isn't. It's because logos is much more general. So in the beginning there was a system, and that system was God. Well, that's all right, but if you believe that, yeah, I believe in the beginning was system,
Okay.
but it doesn't have a personality.
Now, let me tell you.
You get that? So God has a personality, and He has orders for us.
When you pass on.
Yeah.
And it's proven to you that there is a God.
Oh boy. Yes. What will I say?
What is going to be the first words out of your mouth?
Well, somebody asked Leo Roston that question. He had an affair with my mother that lasted about 4 years. And he said, no, Bertrand Russell. Someone asked Bertrand Russell. And he said, I would say, Lord, why did you give us so little evidence?
In other words, he's turning it right around as God being the fault here.
Well,
Now I know why God is truly God.
why?
Because he forgives us.
Oh, thank heavens. Thank God. Oh, you mean I'll be forgiven?
Answer my question.
Yep.
I'll say you that.
Yeah.
Read that.
Yeah. Boom. And there he is, and here am I. Holy shit.
What are you going to say?
Gosh. I'm very surprised.
In other words, you're still going to be staunch and fight the fact.
What are you fighting?
Still,
I'll accept it if it's true.
okay, and you won't say to God, I'm sorry, I didn't believe in you.
No, why would I be? I've made the best conclusion I can from the evidence as I see it.
Okay.
So why would I apologize for that?
And
God would appreciate my attempt to understand.
God would, yeah, if you go on with that. He'd say, okay, what's your name again?
Hey, you're omniscient. You're supposed to know everything.
I want you to spend a little time with Lucifer.
Oh, you believe in hell?
You know, it's so confusing.
Yeah.
Where do you think Hitler is right now?
Dead.
We speak. Okay.
I don't think he exists. I don't believe souls exist.
Okay. Let's say they do.
Yeah. Oh, that's
And
what you're.
Hitler died.
Okay.
Where do you think he is right now?
Well, we have three choices in the Catholic religion. We have heaven, hell, and purgatory.
Now, purgatory is becoming quite.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's right. No, they still do believe in that. But if they don't concentrate on it as much
Right.
as heaven.
Right.
Now, even hell, they're kind of, swimming toward the same.
So gradually it adapts to what people want to believe.
Right.
Yep.
Well, see, oil and water, we belong.
Yeah.
We mix.
Yeah.
There's no problem.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, you might be oil and I might be water.
Or vice versa. Yeah.
But it's no big deal.
Well, oil is on top.
Well, let's move to the top. All right, oil.
Well, this has been very enjoyable, and I gotta get home and get to work.
See you next.